Night before your trip, you're packing 6 chargers for 6 different devices. You've got all your tech items packed throughout your bag and you can't find the one thing you need. After your trip, you realize half of it never came out of the bag to begin with. As someone who's been traveling with just one bag for over 10 years, and also a person that packs a lot of tech, I've learned there are 4 common mistakes people make when packing their tech that are completely avoidable. So in this video, I'll break down those 4 mistakes, show you what to do instead, and at the end, show you my exact setup that has completely changed my life when it comes to travel tech. First mistake. This one's gonna ruffle some feathers. Most of you should leave your camera at home. Now listen, I know a lot of you, the whole reason you travel is to take pictures. You're a photographer. If that's you, I'm obviously not talking to you. Carry on. But there's a bunch of people out there who feel like they have to bring a big ass camera on every trip and they don't even really know how to use the thing. If that's you, your phone is probably good enough. I used to travel with a pretty heavy mirrorless Sony setup, 2 lenses, batteries, charger, the whole thing. And on some of my recent longer term international trips, I've left all of it at home and shot the entire trip on my phone. And a lot of the footage you're seeing right now, phone. Phone cameras have gotten unbelievably good. Apps like Kino and Blackmagic shoot footage that holds up on a YouTube channel. For 99% of the shots a normal traveler wants, they're more than enough. And it's not just the camera, it's the Kindle when your phone has a Kindle app. The GoPro you used twice in 2022, the portable speaker, the travel mouse, half the stuff never makes it out of the bag. Here's the thing, every device you cut isn't just a device gone. It's the device plus its charger, plus its cable, plus the space it's taking up. Cutting a single device could save 3 or 4 things. Simple rule I use, if it didn't earn its slot on the last couple of trips, as long as it's not a seasonal type of item, it doesn't get to come on the next one. The kit I'm gonna show you later in this video is one that I just took through 3 weeks in Italy and Malta, and for the first time ever, I didn't cut anything when I got home. Every piece earned its place. So that's all your dead weight gone. Mistake 2 is what happens to the gear that you do bring. This one drives me nuts. Cables in a side pocket, charger in the main compartment, headphones at the bottom of a packing cube, power bank in the front, adapter in the back. You sit down at the gate to top off your phone before boarding, and you're unpacking half of your bag to find the right cable. Maybe you get to your hotel, you're jet lagged, and you've got to excavate your entire setup just to plug in for the night. The fix is stupidly simple. 1 tech pouch. Basically everything tech related lives there. Cable, chargers, adapter, Bluetooth transmitter, the charging block. If it plugs into something or charges, it goes in the pouch. You're reaching for one thing at the gate, one thing at the hotel, and life just gets dramatically easier. All right, great. You got your 1 pouch, but which pouch? Not all pouches are created equal. Most tech pouches I see are big, bulky, almost DOP kit style bags. They look organized in the photos on Amazon, but the problem is they don't actually fit cleanly into a lot of places on your bag. They maybe don't fit into the front compartment of your backpack, and then they're eating into the space of your main compartment. The pouch most people want is slim, structured, and then a little bonus we'll talk about in a second. I can't stress this enough. Slim means it slides into the front pocket of your backpack without bulging. Structured means it doesn't collapse into a wadded mess when half the items are out of the pouch. And it's a massive bonus if it could be self-standing so that it sits on a table and you can see what you're grabbing at a glance. All right, less stuff in the right pouch. What else am I doing wrong? So this is a pretty big one, and I think it's something a lot of people don't stop to think about. A lot of people's charging setup is a mess because you're managing multiple different charging types. Lightning, micro USB, USB-A, USB-C, some weird proprietary format for your beard trimmer, let's say. You're packing 5 or 6 different cables for 5 or 6 different devices and just praying that you didn't forget one. And I'll tell you, what changed my life in this regard was forcing myself to figure out a way to get all of my devices to charge via USB-C. I did this when I built my dream one-bag travel setup without exceptions. Now I feel like every item in my bag is truly worth its weight. Now, speaking of travel tech worth its weight, there's one piece of travel tech that I will not travel internationally without. And the best part is, it doesn't even take up a slot in your tech pouch. It lives on your phone. If you've ever landed in a new country and you spent your first hour at an airport kiosk trying to figure out a SIM card, that's the problem this solves. One of my core travel philosophies is maximize your time on the ground, and standing in a phone store line after a 10-hour flight is the exact opposite of that. That's why I am such a big proponent of today's video sponsor, Olafly. Olafly makes eSIMs that give you unlimited data in over 200 destinations. You buy online before your trip, scan a QR code, and the moment you land, you're connected. No physical SIM swaps, no surprise roaming charges, no airport kiosk. Olafly offers both one-time travel eSIMs and monthly subscription plans, and all of them now come with Always On, which gives you a gig of backup data automatically if your coverage ends or you land in a new place where you hadn't already purchased a plan. This keeps you never living without a connection. If you've got international travel coming up, hit the link in the description and use the code AWAYTOGETHER to get a discount on your eSIM purchase. Big thanks to Olafly for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so here's how I have solved every one of these mistakes in one slim tech pouch. This is what's in my actual setup. 3 principles drive this whole thing. 1, USB-C is the standard. Every device end on every cable I bring is USB-C. 2, multi-purpose. If one item can do more than one job, that's a win. And 3, everything in this pouch has earned its slot. Nothing in here is just in case. Every item has pulled its weight on the last 3 trips. The pouch itself is the Air Slim Pouch 2. It's my personal favorite because it's slim enough to fit most bag front pockets, unlike a lot of bigger tech pouches, and the shape keeps it low profile and it lets you stand when you put it on a desk or table. Every single device I'm using charges via USB-C. That means if I was ever stuck with just one cable, everything in my kit could still get juice. That's the dream. I've got multiple cables in varying lengths, a couple extra long ones for when the outlet is too far away, which if you've done much travel, that is the actual placement of every hotel outlet in Europe. These are high enough wattage to charge a laptop too, so I don't have to bring the cable for my computer. And a couple of shorter ones for stuff like the power bank. I do bring a cable or two with USB-A on one end because not every plane seat or hotel outlet has USB-C yet. These have saved me more than once, but every device still charges USB-C, no exceptions. I also have a couple little adapters, USB-C to USB-A, USB-A to USB-C, just in case. You could also do something like this, USB-C, USB-A lightning combo from Rolling Square. Okay, next, how are you gonna charge this stuff? I use a universal travel adapter. The one I'm showing you here is by Epicka. I've carried their adapters all over the world. This is their Pulse 65 watt. Works in the US, UK, Europe, Asia, charges up to 6 devices at once, 2 AC outlets, 2 USB, 2 USB-C. Typically, I'm mostly only using the USB-C ports, but the night before a travel day when I'm recharging everything at once, laptop, phone, my watch, headphones, power bank, I'll max it out. One way I make those ports go a little farther is this 3-in-1 charger from Kushu. iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPods, all 3 charge off one cord. Folds down to about the size of a deck of cards, and this one item replaced 3 separate chargers in my old setup. All right, what else is in here? A couple spare fuses for the travel adapter. It's very rare to need one, but I just leave those in the tech pouch. Bluetooth transmitter, which lets me use my own headphones with the plane's seatback entertainment if I want to. It's very inexpensive. It's a great little travel item I just leave in the pouch. And a pen for customs forms and the like. You'll also never regret carrying a good power bank. This one is by Kushu as well. I like this one because it's a solid state battery. It stays cool, it's puncture resistant, it does wired and wireless charging. And I've been traveling with the S2 for about a year now, but I've recently been testing their S4, which is 10,000 milliamp hours, and it has this built-in kickstand. I love it. I never travel without an AirTag, so I know where my bag is at all times. Now, remember when I told you to just leave your camera at home? Well, here's what makes that actually work for me. 2 key pieces. First, the moment case. Occasionally, I want an ND filter, which is basically sunglasses for your camera lens. And I didn't want some huge, bulky rig that takes like 20 minutes to set up. That kind of thing drives me insane. So this case has a little ND filter that slides right on and just clips. Super easy to attach, remove, and pocket your phone. It's fast, it's light, and it's easy. Problem solved. Second key piece, on the back of my phone, basically at all times, is the Peak Design mobile tripod. I use it every single day, whether I'm traveling or not. It just does so much. It's about the size of a few credit cards stacked together, but it unfolds into this sturdy, perfectly balanced tripod for your phone. It magnetically snaps to any MagSafe phone or case. Quick time lapse, selfie, propping the phone for an in-flight movie, or just working on the uncomfy hotel desk. I always travel with a couple sets of headphones. First, AirPods. These are my daily drivers for exercise or taking a quick phone call, the everyday stuff. And then a type that I don't see a lot of people talking about, but in my opinion, block out sound just as well as noise canceling over ears and weigh like a quarter as much, is these in-ear monitors. I've had these custom molded ones for over 10 years, and I cannot recommend in-ears highly enough. One last thing, committing to the cause fully, even my beard trimmer charges USB-C now. Philips one blade with a little USB-C adapter that I found on Amazon. That's the kit. Here's how it packs. Tech pouch goes in the admin panel at the front of the bag. The power bank and the AirTag live in that area as well. Peak Design tripod on the phone, basically always. In-ear monitors, AirPods, and the Moment lens live in this top quick access pocket. Now, this is just the tech side of the equation, but if you want to see my entire dream one bag travel setup, clothes, toiletries, the bag itself, check out this video right here. Thanks so much for watching. Happy travels.